The sun hangs low in the sky, casting long shadows across a vast, sweeping plain. The air is thick with the scent of damp earth, and the distant roar of rushing water echoes in the wind. The land once lush and thriving is now a kingdom of mud and swollen rivers. A tribe of Homo erectus, small and nimble, emerges from the tree line. Their faces are weathered eyes, sharp, and hands steady. They are survivors hardened by relentless cycles of nature that demand strength and resilience. Today, they are on the move once more, seeking safety from an unpredictable enemy, the floodwaters that never seem to recede. A mother, her face painted with streaks of mud, bends to pick up her child, securing him to her back with a bundle of woven reeds. She moves quickly, keeping her eyes on the horizon where the land meets the sky.
Her companions, similarly burdened, carry tools made from stone and bone implements, honed over generations, designed not only for survival, but for defending against threats from both the environment and other tribes. The flood has been relentless for months, turning what was once fertile hunting ground into a quagmire of waterlogged vegetation. Their journey is a desperate one. The river, swollen from days of torrential rain, has swallowed everything in its path. This is not the first time they've faced such a calamity, but each flood brings its own dangers. The floodwaters carry with them the threat of starvation, disease, and the sudden appearance of dangerous animals that, like the humans, are searching for higher ground. The tribe moves in silence, their footsteps muffled by the mud beneath their feet. They make their way toward a patch of dry land in the distance, an area rumored to have higher ground where the floodwaters cannot reach. But as they approach, they hear it, the rumble of thunder in the sky, the crack of branches snapping underfoot. Their moment of calm is shattered by the sound of a rival tribe drawn to the same patch of land. A group of Homo habilis, desperate and hungry, emerges from the tree line, their eyes wild with fear and determination. The tension in the air is palpable, a clash of primal instincts about to unfold. In an instant, the two tribes are face to face, each sizing up the other. There is no time for diplomacy, no time for words, only action. The tribe's leader, a tall, broad-shouldered man, steps forward, brandishing a spear made of sharpened stone. His gaze is unwavering, locked on the leader of the rival tribe, who does the same. For a moment, there is only silence, the distant sound of the river swelling in the background. Then the tension breaks. The rival tribe lunges, and the fight is on. The battle erupts with a flurry of motion. The ground shakes under the weight of desperate footsteps, the earth softening with each blow. The clash of stone against bone, the cries of warriors, and the sharp hisses of breath fill the air. In the midst of it all, the floodwaters continue to rise, creeping closer with every passing moment, threatening to swallow the land whole.
Watch out!
The tribe fights back with raw fury, using their spears to ward off the oncoming attackers. Their hands grip tightly to their weapons, their muscles straining under the effort. The leader of the tribe charges forward, his weapon raised high, striking at the rival tribe's closest member. The blow lands with a sickening crack, but the leader does not pause. He knows there is no time for hesitation. The tribe must survive. Around him, the fight continues. Women and men alike, armed with clubs and stones, defend their children and their homes. They move in sync, each member playing their part in the fight for their lives. The floodwaters lap at their ankles, a constant reminder of the danger that looms just beyond the fight. But even as the battle rages, the ground beneath their feet begins to shift. The earth groans as the river pushes forward, relentlessly seeking its prey. One of the attackers, a lean and wiry member of the rival tribe, makes a desperate dash toward the dry land, that the tribe has fought so fiercely to protect. He is fast, and the floodwaters are right behind him. The tribe's leader, bloodied and exhausted, locks eyes with the man. He knows that this is the moment, the tipping point. If the rival tribe reaches the higher ground, the flood will claim the tribe's last hope of survival. There is no choice now. With a burst of energy, he charges toward the intruder, his spear raised high. The clash of metal baser echoes across the plain as the two combatants struggle for dominance. But as the leader thrusts his weapon forward, the floodwaters suddenly surge the ground beneath them, breaking apart. The two men are swept away, tumbling into the water. Chaos erupts. The tribe's members scatter the rising tide, now a greater threat than the battle itself. Those who can swim fight to keep their heads above water, while others are forced to climb to higher ground, scrambling over rocks and trees to avoid the incoming tide. In the distance, the tribe's youngest, a child no older than 3, is struggling to keep up. His small legs cannot move fast enough through the mud, and the water is rising quickly around him. His mother, her eyes filled with desperation, reaches for him. But the flood is too powerful. A massive wave crashes forward, swallowing the child and pulling him beneath the surface. His mother's cry pierces the air as she lunges toward him, but it is too late. The tribe's fight for survival takes on a new meaning now. It is no longer just about defending their land from rivals. It is about holding on to the very thing that makes them human, the will to live. The tribe's leader emerges from the floodwaters gasping for air, his body bruised and battered. His eyes are wide, scanning the chaotic scene around him. The sounds of the river, the cries of his people, and the relentless rush of the water fill the air. He stumbles his foot, catching on a submerged rock, but he catches himself. There is no time to rest. The flood continues to rise, swallowing everything in its path. His tribe is scattered, lost in the relentless tide. His gaze falls upon his people. They cling to the few rocks that rise above the waterline, fighting to keep their heads above the rising tide. He sees his own kin, their faces grim and covered in mud, their eyes full of determination. They have survived worse, and they will survive this too. But survival is not enough. They cannot simply exist in this flood. They must fight for something more. He makes a decision. With the last of his strength, he pushes forward, calling to his tribe with a voice that booms over the roar of the water. His voice is strong, even as he feels the weight of his own fatigue pulling him down. He will not let his people perish in this flood. Not today. The women, men, and children begin to rally around him, their faces filled with a renewed sense of purpose. They grab their tools, spears, axes, anything that can be wielded as a weapon, and prepare to face the flood together. The river may be relentless, but their spirit is stronger. The tribe begins to move as one, led by the chief, toward a narrow pass in the rocks that they had discovered in their earlier migrations. The pass, a small inlet carved into the mountain, leads up to a high cliff that has never been touched by the floodwaters. It is a place they had once passed by, but now it is their only chance at survival. The path is treacherous, narrow, and steep. The tribe's youngest members struggle to keep up their small legs, barely able to carry them over the uneven ground. But their parents do not falter. Every hand is outstretched, every arm offering support. The tribe moves as one, the bond between them stronger than the floodwaters themselves. As they climb, the ground beneath them begins to shake once more. Another wave of the flood surges forward, threatening to overwhelm them. But the tribe's leader does not look back. He knows they can make it. They must. And then, as the final group of survivors reaches the cliff's edge, the floodwaters slow receding as quickly as they had come. The sun breaks through the clouds, casting a warm light on the tribe below. They have made it. Against all odds, they have survived. The tribe stands together at the edge of the cliff, looking out over the waters that once threatened to destroy them. Their faces are tired, but their eyes burn with the fire of survival. They know the journey is not over, but for now, they have found refuge. They have found hope. And with that, the tribe settles down, huddling together as the day draws to a close. They share the last of their food, laughing and crying, finding comfort in each other's company. The flood may return, but for now, they are safe. Together, they will face whatever comes next.